I have an exam coming up after 10 days, and I have decided to give up coffee in the meanwhile. So, as you know, guys, I'm a medical doctor from Iraq that came to Sweden to work as a doctor. But to work as a doctor, you need to get a medical license and you need to do this exam, which is two parts. The first part is a theoretical exam and the second part is a practical exam. And first of all, even before doing all these things, you need to learn the Swedish language, which I have done that. But while preparing for the Swedish medical examination, I have been so scared of doing it, and I have been postponing it every single time that the exam was coming up. I know people through Facebook with better knowledge than me, who are smarter than me, who didn't pass the exam with a question or two, and I never felt that I was ready for the exam, so I was always postponing the idea of doing the exam. But 3 weeks ago, I received an email from Umeå University that I got accepted for the exam, and at one point I really wanted to send in an email back and say I'm not doing the exam again, so I will just be doing it maybe in December or next year. But I was like, okay, dear, till when are you planning to postpone facing up to your fears? I know it's not an easy exam, especially with all the guidelines and stuff. I'm used to studying on English books. Now I'm studying on Swedish books, Swedish guidelines, and not finding some resources or not knowing what to study on is really frustrating. But I had to face up to my fears, and I was like, okay, that's it. I will try, I will do it. It's only one time. I can do the exam 5 times. They have just changed the rules, like a few months ago, they have changed the rules from 3 tries to 5 times that a person can do it. And I was like, okay, even if you fail, why not doing it? Just face up your fears. So yes, in the weeks leading up to the exam, I have been studying, sometimes hard, sometimes not. Sometimes I was really tired with working because I'm working at the same time, and it has been just so frustrating and so tiring. But I guess the exam for me is more mental than it's more scientific. In terms of, yes, I'm afraid of the exam, but what I'm trying to do is not let the fear get into me. I don't know how that will play, but so far it's not that bad. I had a good study schedule. I have read and studied the things that I had to read and study. I feel comfortable, and just today while having a walk with myself, I was like, okay, I do think that I deserve to pass this exam. And it was a nice realization, actually. And one of the things that I have decided to do is, I love coffee, and I have decided to give up coffee until the day of the exam. It's not because I'm dependent on caffeine, but it's just this morning ritual that I have every single time that I wake up. I have my double espresso, the smell and the creaminess of it. I don't think that I will have that on the day of the exam, in the morning before the exam, so I don't want to do something different on the day of the exam. So from tomorrow, I'm not going to have my espresso, so that I get used to not having an espresso. I know it feels weird. I know what I'm saying is so weird, and it has nothing to an exam, but it's just, the morning ritual, the morning routine. I don't want to go to this exam, which is already putting a pressure on me, thinking that, so this is different. I want to do it as if I'm doing a normal activity. And I know that the morning before the exam, like 6 or 7 a.m. before going to the exam. I'm not going to have an espresso. There might be like a filter coffee, but I don't even like filter coffee. So yes, let's see how I will be doing in the exam, and it was really hard for me to make this video explaining my fears, because I have always tried to show the strong parts of myself and always say that things are really fine in terms of I'm studying fine, everything is fine, everything is in control, but sometimes it's not. It's not easy to study for the exam. It's not easy to find the right study, work, life balance. And it's not only that, it's also finding the materials for it, or just feeling comfortable or being ready for the exam. I don't think that I will ever feel ready for the exam, but it's just that I felt I deserve to pass this exam in my first trial. I might not even pass it in the first trial. I might be doing like a second, third, fourth, for 5 times. Who knows? Nobody knows. Sometimes it might be only not passing the exam with only one point or one question short of succeeding. But let's see. And thank you guys a lot for listening to what I had to say, and see you next time. Bye.